RoboQuest has just received its first official update since the game has launched. Update 1.1 addresses various aspects of the game, including map layout, class balancing, and even adding a new NPC. But how will these changes impact the gameplay? Let's go over the noteworthy changes of Update 1.1 of RoboQuest. For most cases, game developers put a lot of focus on balancing the game's experience in the first update, and RoboQuest is no exception. It seems like the developers have listened to community feedback and have added many small changes that could potentially lead to a big difference in gameplay. Let's first talk about the updates that have been made for the maps. Even though the game has some random generated segments, the majority of each map is made up of pre-made chunks that are randomly pieced together. In order to help create more replayability, the developers have designed and added new map segments to Aqua Station, the Ruins, and the Quarry. This should give players the feeling of a more diverse playthrough each time. Another addition is the introduction of a new NPC named Lottery Luke. This guy finally gives us a use for all those wrenches we have been stockpiling since unlocking everything from the workshop. He is a friendly NPC that allows you to gamble your wrenches for potentially gaining items like power cells, reroll tokens, and gear. But be careful, because there is a chance you will receive nothing at all. As far as weapons go, there has been a lot of small changes to a ton of weapons, but there are two noteworthy changes that stand out. The first of which is the chest that is found in the sewers in the Ruins will now always provide an epic weapon. This does feel like a significant change. It may just have been some bad luck on my end, but it felt like for the majority of the time, the weapon that this chest provided would usually be a common white gun, so the increase in rarity is much appreciated. The second big change for weapons is that they increase the level of weapons that are found in Max's chests in all safe zones by 1. This should give players some much better options to choose from these chests. The last big change to the general gameplay is that they increased Cryo's application rate by 10%. This will give Cryo a bit more effectiveness throughout each run. Now it seems like Update 1.1 has pretty much given classes the same treatment as it gave weapons. All classes received only some minor upgrades and tweaks to their class upgrades, except for the Elementalist. It looks like the developers gave a little bit more love to this class in this update. The RoboQuest community seemed to share a similar opinion in that the Elementalist is one of the more limited classes in the game. Among some minor buffs to several class upgrades, the update changed the damage numbers on both his Trinity ability and his Comet ability. For his Trinity ability, his Fireball did receive a reduce in damage from 48 down to 46, but both his Chain Lightning and his Ice Shards both received an increase in strength. His Chain Lightning went from 60 to 68 damage, and his Ice Shards went from 5 times 13 to 5 times 14 damage. On top of that, his Comet also received a buff, going from 45 damage all the way up to 48. These increases of strength, along with the multiple buffs on his class upgrades, really gives the Elementalist a noticeable strength increase. The final big changes of this update are increases of either health or damage of bosses like Dr. Turret, Billy Boom, Beetle Royale, Uncle Jim, and Mystico to deliver a more challenging experience to the players, because after all, who doesn't love a really hard boss fight? And those are some of the biggest changes that were made to RoboQuest from Update 1.1 that we wanted to quickly go over. Now there was a ton of small tweaks made to various aspects of the game, and if you're interested in checking them all out, I have linked the full patch notes in the video's description. Overall, I am happy with the changes that the developers made with this first update post-launch. But, how did you feel about it? Do you feel like enough has been changed about the game? If not, what would you like to see from the next update? Alright, that's all for this video. If you're interested in checking out some more of our RoboQuest content, check out the video on your screen. I appreciate you for sticking around, and thanks for watching.